Georgia for possession of marijuana greater than 50 pounds, possession of a firearm during the... Sorry?
Not greater than 50 pounds. On the record.
Let me check, hold on. Living in Houston without the ability to drive, it blows. If I find that you do this again, I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Are you Armani Hope? Mr. Hope, you are wanted out of the state of Georgia for possession of marijuana greater than 50 pounds, possession of a firearm during the... Sorry?
Not greater than 50 pounds. On the record.
Let me check, hold on. It says Hope. Oh, I'm sorry. Possession of marijuana over ounce and under 50 pounds. Possession of a firearm, weapon during a crime, brake lights and signals. That's what you're wanted for. Is that right?
I know it wasn't over announced. That's why it's just on the record. So there's certain things I'd rather not.
So you don't have to say, I just want to know.
I just know it was definitely not over 50 pounds.
I agree with you. I was wrong. I was wrong. Over here on
that
this.
Just sounds absurd to me. It says
right here, it says possession of marijuana greater than 50 pounds, but over here it says something different. So I'll go with what you're saying. Regardless, you're wanted out of Georgia. Did you want to waive formal extradition?
Excuse me?
Did you want to waive formal extradition?
Well, what we talked about when I spoke to the judge on the 30th, I believe, or either the first, when I first came in, she said either 14 days or 90 days, and I agreed to the 14 days that day.
And that's what you must do here, waive formal extradition. So Georgia has 14 days to come get you. If they don't, we release you.
Do I get counted as the time served when I seen the first judge here, or is it counted?
No, you get time from the time that you waive formal extradition. So since you didn't waive back then, you're waiving now.
I did waive, but I just wasn't given the opportunity to speak to a lawyer, or I wasn't given that paper when I spoke to the lady judge. But
so you didn't waive then?
I did, on the record, I did waive it.
I don't know. I can check with our fugitive DA to see if that's the case.
Can you speak with her, because she
said, yeah.
And I put my right hand to God that I waived the 14 days already. She said either 14 days or 90 days, and I said 14 days, Judge. And I was still handcuffed, and like I said, I didn't get an opportunity to speak to a lawyer.
And then we'll put you on for Monday just to reassure, and then we'll talk then, because he's already gone now. But we'll check. Okay? Yeah, because you're going to be here anyways for the next days as it is. So we'll put you on for Monday just to make sure. Okay? For sure. Good luck, Mr. Hope. And Christopher Howard. Mr. Howard, you're charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please don't say anything, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. So on May 5th, 2024, undercover conducted surveillance and a takeover in a cul-de-sac where the defendant observed doing 4 donuts in the center of the cul-de-sac and was automatically 15 to 20 feet away from, approximately 15 to 20 feet away from spectators and other vehicles which were occupied. Officer was able to conduct a traffic stop on the black Mustang and was able to provide the driver of the vehicle with the probable cause for the traffic stop. Defendant admitted to doing donuts.
Okay. Mr. Howard, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run his license, please? Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance? Let me tell you that the state is making it, or the legislature has made it extremely difficult for district attorneys across the state of Texas to seize cars that participate in these types of activities. In fact, it was on the news 2 days ago where 2 officers seized 2 very expensive cars for participating in this kind of conduct. Living in Houston without the ability to drive it blows. If I find that you do this again, I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond now not to participate in any racing, street takeovers, reckless driving, donuts. If you do, I will put you in jail and I'm going to take your privilege away from you permanently. Do you understand?
No, Judge.
Okay. Do you mind filing those orders, please? No racing, street takeovers and the like. I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. Do not pick up any new cases. Don't act like a fool in a car again. Otherwise, I'll take the free world away from you. You understand? Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Nice.
Mr. Ixpata, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, on May 4th, 2024, officer was dispatched to a major crash call. The will witness security at Bank of America saw defendant in lane 2 of the bank. After half an hour, observed the defendant in the driver's seat with the vehicle on and in drive. Defendant was asleep. Will witness flagged down officer who was not able to wake the defendant. So Harris County Fire Department arrived. Once defendant was out of the car, officer observed the interior of the defendant's vehicle full of beer bottles in beer cans. 5 empty 12-ounce bottles of Modelo special in the front passenger seat. Defendant observed to have unsteady balance while walking, slurred speech with an odor of alcohol coming from his breath, and mood swings from happy to sad. SFSTs 6 out of 6, HGN 3 out of 4, or leg stand 6 out of 8 walking turns. The IC was read. Defendant admitted to drinking at least 4 beers prior to driving his vehicle.
I think even a newborn baby knows they're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while they drive, Mr. Ixpata. Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail, Mr. Ixpata?
Hable más fuerte.
Don't tell him. I want him to tell me. What happens if you go to jail?
Si usted va a una cárcel, señor.
Nada van a sufrir mis padres en Guatemala.
Well, my parents in Guatemala will suffer a lot.
Mis padres.
What will
¿Qué
happen
le va a
if
pasar
you go to jail?
a usted si va a una
Because you're here undocumented and without permission.
sin permiso?
Deportado para mi país.
They will deport me back to my country.
Do you know how long that'll take?
¿Sabe cuánto tiempo se demoraría eso?
No sé.
No, I do not know.
You will sit in custody until immigration is ready to have a hearing on whether they're going to deport you. And it'll take about 9 months just to get a hearing.
Para tener la audiencia.
You sit in jail for 6 to 9 months waiting merely for a hearing. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. And if they allege it that you have an open container in the car, it's a minimum of 5 days in jail. It is further presented that at the time the defendant committed the offense of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, as hereinabove alleged committed, on or about May 4th, he had an open container of an alcoholic beverage in his immediate possession in the passenger compartment of said motor vehicle. If you do 5 days,
5
I
días.
can almost guarantee that
Casi
will
le puedo
happen.
garantizar que migración lo va a sacar a usted, señor.
You are now out.
Ahora está libre.
This is your first criminal case,
Caso.
and I will have my eye on you now, Mr. Ixpata. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm also ordering you not to drive for any reason because you do not have a license. If I find that you drive, because I'm going to have you sign an affidavit, if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months every time you drive. Do you understand?
Habla más fuerte, le pedí.
Sí,
Hable más fuerte.
ok.
Do
Yes.
not drive
Maneje.
and don't consume alcohol.
No consuma alcohol.
Otherwise, I will keep you with me and you'll be doing a lot of jail time.
Mucho tiempo de cárcel. I like that. Early on, it was like W and T. Now it's like red. I like that. Get out of here.
I'm going to have you come up here, swear to the me that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. Next, you will get to Janae, where you will get your bond conditions. I don't want any issues. Do not pick up any new cases. Do not consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Do not drive. And listen to your lawyer.
Dígale, sí,
Yes.
señor o no, señor. En
Sí,
español. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Right. It's okay. Hombre, I got it. Bueno.
Roy Perez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Perez, you were charged with possession of marijuana. You now picked up another case. You've now picked up a terroristic threat. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On May 5th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, the complainant stated that defendant, who was her front door neighbor, threatened her. The complainant was beginning to unlock her door when the defendant ran up behind her, stating, "I'm going to kill you. You will die tonight." Complainant was in fear and ran back into her car and left. That's
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What's the one thing I asked you not to do when you got on bond in this court?
That's a cautionary case.
Right. What'd you do? That's right. No. Deputy, is it Garza? I got another one for you. I'm revoking your bond. You're staying with me, dude. Goes with you. Ma'am, next time you come to court, you're not going to the club. Make sure that you wear appropriate attire, okay? It's not the club. Ms. Barnett, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. So officers were dispatched to a Honda dealership in Harris County, Texas. And the defendant was verbally trespassed by HPD earlier in the day, but not arrested. The complainant manager called again to have the defendant removed from the property. The defendant arrested the defendant for trespass at that time.
I need you to, I think she has a felony warrant. Do you mind checking, please? This is Barnett. Do you guys see a felony warrant?
I see an MAJ on that, felon possession of a weapon. Let me see.
I mean, I think it's in warrant status at no bond.
It's, yeah, I see the motion to adjudicate was filed May 6th, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I got to take you. You have a felony warrant.
I have paperwork that says if this is, which I can show you, please.
So let's
Okay.
take her now, and then I'm gonna verify it to see, because I don't want to hold you if I don't really
Yes,
need
sir.
to.
That's why I brought
You
it.
verify if in fact that it's not valid, then I'll let you go, but
Yes, sir.
I'll get in trouble if I let an open warrant, felony warrant go. So, ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm sorry, there's a co-defendant. Do you want me to call him up? too?
Sure.
Harrison, Kennedy, come on up.
Okay, Kennedy Harrison. Ma'am, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay, please.
Mr. Judge, on May 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call at the 300 block of Memorial City Way, Houston, Harris County, Texas, that later concluded as a theft shoplifting arrest. Complainant was working at the JCPenney's department store as the asset protection employee when she observed the defendant and co-defendant remove and conceal an unknown number of gift boxes containing jewelry. Complainant began watching the defendants when the defendants noticed her. She stated that the defendant then confronted her, asking why she was following them around the store. Defendants got in her face. Defendants attempted to swat her phone from her right hand, but were unsuccessful. She stated after attempting to swat the phone from her, the defendants then used their hands to grab the wig affixed to her head and pull the wig in a downward motion.
So this is to the complaining witness.
Correct. She stated she did not initially feel pain from the pulling of her wig, but shortly thereafter felt a swelling pain on the left side of her head. She stated after this occurred, the defendants did not touch her again. It said both. It states that it was both of them were pulling. It said defendants. She stated that the defendants then grabbed their hands, used their hands to grab the wig.
So I see Miss Dixon is only charged with assault, right? Or she got a theft as well? No,
Dixon is just charged with assault, Your Honor. Harrison is charged
with the theft and the assault. Okay. Guys, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you not to go back to JCPenney at all for any reason. Do you understand? You've already seen what I do to people who pick up new cases. I'm not asking you much. I'm not asking you to split the atom. Don't get into trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand? I promise you, I will do everything in my power to protect the public. And if that means putting you in jail, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. What do you do for a living, Ms. Dixon? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I work at Whataburger. And I need some paperwork from y'all because I was trying to work at this daycare. I don't know.
I can't hear you. Speak louder. Come on.
I was trying to work at this daycare. Almost was finished working at this daycare, but at the moment I work at Whataburger.
Okay. How much money do you make a month?
Not that much.
Who do you live with?
My grandma.
Your grandmother? Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Don't get into any more trouble. No weapons, and don't go back to this JCPenney, and don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Harrison, what do you do for a living? Where do you go to school? You're in high school. Where do you go to high school? How old are you? You turned what?
I turned 20 on that day.
And you're still in high school?
Yes, I dropped out and I went back.
Back, get your degree. Did you get your degree or did you drop out?
I couldn't go back for other reasons, but I'm going back soon.
No. You didn't get your high school diploma. You're going to get it now. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You better get in school or get your GED. I'm telling you now, you can't run out in life without a high school diploma. You'll be working at Whataburger for the rest of your life, making pennies to the dollar. Life sucks without money. Trust me. You understand?
Yes.
And if you don't, at the minimum, have a high school diploma, life is gonna suck for the rest of your life. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna put you for 2 weeks and I want to see what you've done to get back into school or get your GED. I won't give you a lawyer today, Ms. Harrison. No more issues. You understand? Okay. I'm gonna have you both go to Victoria Center, reset, and then I'm gonna have you both take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer.
Y'all have a good day.